There's a thing on TTRPG Twitter
Yeah.
called Follow Friday.
There is.
I keep searching and I cannot find the guy with the handle Friday. So I can follow him.
Oh. Instead of a long list of people for you to follow, you can find out one person that we have interacted with that our whole game would be a little less without. So first up, our boy, Gamersledge.
Gamersledge is a really cool follow on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So Mark, the guy who has, because actually Gamersledge is a group of about 10 or 11 guys. They have been streaming for over a decade, I think.
Wow, that's a long ass time.
I didn't know that streaming was a thing for that long. But they start off, what they do is, and they still have this segment where they review products, movies, video games, TTRPGs, and they just talk about what they've gone and seen, what they've played, and what they thought of it, or the value for the money, right? So you can kind of hear somebody talking about something you're considering purchasing, and maybe it can help.
Which is helpful.
They also have some actual play content, a lot of streaming video game content, and really cool content I want to talk about here in a minute is kind of a talk show thing.
Game show.
4 DMs, one idea. But here's why I want to shout them out. Ran into Gamersledge on Twitter on accident. Saw some post, shot in a little pun in the comments. Gamersledge shot back a pun. I think we were talking about trains or something.
I think you were.
And we went on a pun riff that lasted
Pages.
For a long time. It was probably irritating as hell to the person who originally posted the tweet because he's getting all these notifications, but it was just this pun riff that went freaking crazy, right? So I'm like, oh, that's a cool dude. I followed him. He followed me back. I went and watched some of his streaming. And then out of the blue, like the next Friday, the first time I've ever been hit on a Follow Friday. Yeah. And the Gamersledge, check out Rick Stevens, PI. Great guy, wonderful puns. And I got a lot of follows off of that. That was really cool. And then later he invited me to be on 4 DMs, One Idea, which is a show where 4 people in the TTRPG community get together. He's one of them and 3 guests. And then a random topic, usually only a word or 2, is given to us. And we have like 15 minutes to come up with something. A scenario, a world, a game.
An item,
a background, whatever. And really cool game.
Yeah.
Been on it a couple times with him. But he does great stuff. He's also, and I'm going to let John talk about it, he helps other streamers as well. But very helpful, very first person to ever shout me out on Twitter. Got me a lot of followers. Invited me to a show. Great stuff. Wide variety of stuff. Something for everybody. You ought to go check out Gamersledge and give him a follow.
He's also how we know Beer Culies.
That's right.
Yeah.
We've
met a handful of people.
I also know Beer Culies through Bakery Crew Ken, who I met by being on 4 DMs.
So he's really a catalyst kind of figure. He gets a lot of people kind of together. He's introduced us to a lot of people.
He's been around so long, he knows everybody.
Which is great. And he's a pretty approachable guy from what I've seen.
Very.
He's super chill, and that's super. Everybody we've met super chill. Like we haven't come across anybody who's just like, Well,
we have, but they mainly we stay out of those circles.
Yeah, but the 4 DMs One Idea thing, that was. We watched you in that. We have not committed it ourselves. I would love a chance to do it. I just been working like stupidly crazy, but I would love a chance to be able to do it. But it was so much fun because one, like as a person who knows you outside of it, like watching your brain kind of function through things and then like trying to guess what I think you're going to come up with. Like we were at home like shooting ideas to each other because it was so fun and it's so engaging and you did such a great job. I remember, was it the first one you were on where it was Capricious Elephants?
Yes.
And like when he said that, I had to go Google what capricious
Every one of us on the show went and looked up capricious.
Yeah, it was it was great. It's a great show. So you get like a certain amount of time, like 15 minutes, and you come up with any
15
idea.
minutes. So it's like a little intro and stuff, introducing everybody. It takes about 10 minutes, and then 15 minutes for the idea. And then everybody gets like 15 minutes to show their stuff. So it's about an hour and a half show. We just finished up the first season of it. I'm looking forward to him bringing it back because I'd love to be back on there.
Me too. Yeah.
And it was really fun to hang out and chat.
Yeah, it's super engaging.
While he's doing the emceeing and just throw puns out there at him and see how often
Which
you
is
can
what
get
you
him
do.
to crack up when he should be writing shit.
Yeah. So every stream I've ever seen him in, he is very engaging with chat. And if he's playing Fortnite with some buddies, he is still on top of chat.
He's a hell of a good multitasker.
He is.
But you get in the chat over there with him and like be throwing in puns and all this stuff, and you'll hear him say something like responding to your pun, and I can see Dad like look up because he can tell just by the content before they've said the name that has come from you.
Yeah, I was looking over to the chat thing.
The first time it happened, like he got really confused because it was like Percentile Vice, but that's who he thought, like that's where he knew you from, and he was like, and you were like, that's my son-in-law.
How are you here doing this and
doing
also making puns in chat?
And then he was like, oh, it runs in the family. And you're like, not really, actually. He married in. But
he passed the entrance exam.
He did, which was pun only. That's how I to conduct all of my dates is you have to meet my dad and have a pun off.
And then your brother just remembers me as the guy who had set the controls for The Heart of the Sun as a song at our wedding.
That's true. That's all he remembers. He talks about it like every time we see him.
Mike.
Yeah. Every
Back
time we
to
see him.
Gamersledge.
Sorry. No, but Gamersledge, like if you're going to go, like if you want an introduction to him, 40 Hymns, one idea was to me like such a good introduction to who he is, how he runs, and just like it's just a really cool stream. Like it's super engaging, and I felt comfortable typing in. I don't normally feel comfortable typing into streams, but I felt comfortable, and sometimes I did add in, and it was super great. He makes it feel very welcoming and not at all overwhelming, like I really like that about him. And you were going to talk a little bit about how he helps other people, right? Other streams?
There was a Saturday or possibly Sunday stream.
I think it was Saturday, and I've seen it pop up again a couple of times since then. I almost sent you something that when I saw it was happening like last Saturday, the Saturday before, but I knew from our talking you were engaged in something else at that time.
It's hard for me to be into stuff on Saturday because the kids are home. They're getting engaged with stuff unless I'm there
I'm at
to
work
be like, don't do that. You're going to burn the house down. But I managed to catch one, and I remember I was actually cooking. I think it was...
So it's basically a tech show, right?
Yeah, it's basically like ask him questions about stream stuff. He will answer to the best of his ability. We were at the time thinking about buying a mixer, and I was asking him like, what kind of mixer do you run? What can you tell me about it? And he showed me his Rodecaster, I believe, the Rode mixer, the high dollar Rode mixer. And he was like, yeah, it does this, this, and this. And even though we didn't come out with the exact same mixer he uses,
it gave you
I
some
knew what
baselines.
he looked at when he was trying to buy them because I had no idea what I was looking for, and found one that is slightly less expensive but does a lot of those things and does them pretty well. It's just not quite as beefy. So that was really useful for me, and I've been in on his Tarkov streams, and normally he streams real late at night, so I'm not really able to get in and catch him a whole lot, but I am the only person in this room that's been banned from his chat.
That was funny, he got banned. And he was allowed right back in.
That's right.
You made some joke and the moderator banned him.
It was too much as
It
a
was
joke.
a little too much.
It was me trying to figure out where the envelope was going to
And he
get
found
chopped
it.
off.
He does try to keep his shows family friendly. So just put a bow on the tech show, right? He's willing to help people who've never streamed before figure out how to stream. You can go that level of basic with folks, right up to you've been streaming for a while and you got the super complicated techie question of how do I make X and Y come out with the square root of 3? And he's like, oh, I did that 7 years ago. Let me work it out for you.
He kind of gives me like the Twitch TTRPG dad vibe. Like, he's always there, he'll help you learn how to change a tire, and talk to you through your problems and have a good laugh with you. Like, he's TTRPG Twitch dad. Like, he just got that vibe.
All right, so Gamersledge on Twitch, Gamersledge on YouTube, when you can check out those 4DMs One Idea shows, see how wonderful I did. But he's got a lot of great content out there. And then Gamersledge on Twitter.
Yeah.
I think I interrupted a thought you were going to finish up with, John.
Nope. I think that is a good thought to finish up on.
So go check him out. He's super great.
He's super supportive on Twitter, too, right? He will help boost you on Twitter. So be cool with him, and he'll be really cool with you.
Yeah. So for our Follow Friday, that's who we suggest is Gamersledge. Gamersledge. I'm gonna not slur that together one of these days. Gamersledge. Today is not that day.
I'm from Georgia. We just run everything together into one incomprehensible ramble.
Diatribe.
Pick out the words you want to pick out. If you want to understand something. If not, you can just go ahead and not understand anything. It doesn't really matter that much to me. I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and it's going to be said. And then if you don't, no. Yes.
He's just ranting and waiting for one of us to stop him.